Good morning, Mr. Felix. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. Good morning. Good morning.
I like the intro that we have. Maybe have an idea. We next time we make some promos, we got to go outside and shoot some baskets or something. Because he's a cool kid and everything, but I think we can make it better and make for our intro shoot some free throws or something. That's
Yeah.
cool, but we gonna have to fix that. We got to fix that. So be on the lookout for that, everybody, as we continue to improve our show and move forward into our second year this year. So we want to thank the powers that be. Thank God that we are into our second year doing this show, and it's been a blessing to do this. And it's a lot of fun, and so thank you and good morning again. It is April 30th, 2022. Wherever you are, if on the other side of the world, the next morning could be May. So we want to say thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, click, share. Get your friends on the line, give them a call, say Kamau and Felix and them talking that first talk again, and we want to support them and come on with your messages and say hello and say hello to everybody. Just like Howard Holmes just said, good morning, cousin Felix. So we got our first person on the line saying hello today. I'm giving the kudos directly to his cousin. And so that's what we want to see. We want to say good morning to him and thank him for joining us. All right, we want to go right into our first topic. The topic of the week is, as voted by you, our watchers and listeners and supporters, should the NBA return to a 5-game series for the first round?
No.
And why do you say that, sir?
It's all about TV ratings, right? It's all about the competition. Can you imagine? Okay, look at it this way. If it went 5, we wouldn't have nothing to watch because we'd be sitting here waiting. Series would be over. So, I mean, are you going to change the format to where you go the first round 5 and then the second round, the best of 7? Or are you going to go the first round? That's how you saying? Nah, leave it like it is.
Like it used to be in the 80s.
No, leave it like it is. Because there was times when we had nothing to watch. Memorial Day weekend, you might get one game as opposed to where you would have got, you know what I'm saying, the bestest. You would have got the later rounds later versus people got swept back in the 80s. Remember when we used to draw Atlanta or we would draw Milwaukee? Isaiah and them put them out there. Now we ain't got nothing to watch. We waiting on Chicago to get rid of Cleveland. Or we waiting on, leave it like it is. We got nothing to watch. I don't want to watch the Brady Bunch.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Angeline, for joining us this morning. My personal feeling, I think we need to go back to that because I think it goes way too long. Even though I complain about it, I complain that it go too long. They should know it's the summer and we only have baseball. I think that if you're not ready in that first round, you want to go. And as we get the basketball later, we'll look at the series, and the series are ending a lot faster anyway. So it may not be a bad idea to go back to that. And the reason why I say that is because they're doing the play-in games. If you're having the play-in games, why do we still need to go 7? So you're getting
because it's about money. It's about money, and we're trying to keep up ratings. Okay, just imagine the play. Okay, we did the play-in games. So just imagine that Boston, New Jersey series would have been over 2 weeks ago. They'd have got swept 3 games. We waiting, so we would have been waiting because Philadelphia didn't sweep. We would have been waiting because Miami didn't sweep.
They would have because Miami did go 3-0.
No,
Miami did. Yeah, they did go 3-1. Didn't they go 3-0?
Atlanta won one.
Okay, we jumping a little ahead. Just let's see here. It was Philly, Toronto.
Right, I said Miami. Miami and okay. Atlanta won one. So that's what I'm saying. They won game 3, right?
Philly was up 3-0, and then they lost 2 and they won the last one.
Right, but I'm saying we still would have been waiting for the next series for that game in order to conclude to the next round. That's why you leave it at 4. We can't keep changing stuff and then go back and change. That's the thing. We're afraid of change. You got to change it first to see if it works. Yeah, it's about ratings.
I agree.
It's about ratings and money. How many times you want? Okay, the network carrier for the NBA playoffs is who? TNT. So when there ain't no game on, what we did? The movies. How many times you gonna keep watching Creed and Creed Part 2? That's what I'm saying. It's ratings. Return of the Jedi, Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. You got that somewhere on your DVD.
You sound like Charles Barkley. Don't watch this boring movie after this game.
Exactly. Think about it. The Dwayne Wade show ain't even on no more. Remember that show? That used to come on after the NBA. That ain't right.
I see.
Now you going to bed mad because it's 11 o'clock where it would have been Golden State and Denver. Now you in the bed. Nah, I need to stay up till 12:31. It's becoming a revolving cycle.
Okay, all right. You've convinced me. My point was
Absolutely.
because of the playing
That's
games,
what I keep trying to
go
tell you,
back to
man. Come to the dark side. It's the last day of the month. Come to the dark side.
last day of the month, you got to pay bills in a couple more days. So that's the dark side.
Man, look, you got what Martin say. You got 30 days. What they gonna do? Come get me. You got 30 days, man.
I will tell you.
That's why they call payment arrangements.
Well, they don't do that in Texas. They will cut you off. They don't care. Trust me.
You don't get no payment arrangement in Texas?
No.
Man, you better move, man. Y'all ain't trying to keep up with the times. You better move.
That's the first thing I found out when I got down here. They don't make arrangements. It's due on that day, and they will cut you off the next. They don't care. Trust me.
What?
They do. Yes.
You mean Kwame messed it up down there too? No, let me stop that. I quit. Okay. It's too early in the show. I quit. All right.
All right. Once again, click like, click share. Thank you for joining us this morning. We do really appreciate it. It is April 30th, 2022, and we just went over our topic of the week. We knock out the following week for the following show. We had another close vote, so I did add it in, the other close vote, to another segment a little bit later as we move towards baseball. And we're going to talk about that. We are actually at baseball now. We adding baseball. We actually haven't done baseball in our show, but we need to evolve and get better and stretch ourselves in terms of our abilities and knowledges. So we're going to start talking some baseball. Thank you, Ms. Vicki Johnson-Wynn, for joining us. Barbara Jenkins and Willie Rogers, we had you coming out this morning. And as you're cleaning up, you can just have us on in the background. If we say something that you want to make a comment on, just jump right on in. Come on over and say, hey, what about this? What about that? We do respond right to you. So thank you. The baseball topic that I did use was does it make sense for the old school, for the unwritten rules, do the unwritten rules matter anymore? We had a couple teams. One team who keeps running afoul of those unwritten rules. Gabe Kapler's a former Tiger. He's a manager now, and the rules like don't break up a no hitter and don't show up the pitcher. Those unwritten rules. To me, do they matter anymore? I would say no. I think rules like if you up a certain number of runs, you shouldn't still be trying to score. And the reason why I say, especially for that one, the other team still, if you're losing, you still gonna try and come back, no matter the ninth inning. So why wouldn't you stop scoring? It's not my job to coach your team. You know, it's your job to coach your team and force another for them to not to give up the runs. So I think I think like we just talked about evolution, things have to evolve and keep moving forward. And so you still got to keep scoring those runs because people trying to get contracts, especially since they keep trying to lock them out. How do you feel about the unwritten rule thing?
Man, I mean, baseball. You're right. We need to expand our discussions more on baseball. But who really played baseball? Who really paid attention to baseball until what? The World Series? Until the playoffs?
All-Star game.
We don't really pay it. That's what I'm saying. So, I get
derby.
it. Right, the home run derby, All-Star game. Now here we go to the World Series. I mean, we know one team who ain't going. So this is what I'm saying. I get it. It's a platform. It's a topic. We need to address it. Understood. But what do we have to talk about here? And you from here, what do we got to talk about?
Well, the Tigers right now are in 5th place in the Central. They're 6-13. The hottest team in the league right now are the Mets. And what Marcus said, me. Who talks about who watches baseball? Marcus says me. And I do watch baseball. I do watch ESPN just so I can see the highlights. I like to see the web gems. I like to see the home runs.
He
And,
said, what'd you say? You said Marcus said what?
You remember you said who keeps up with baseball? Marcus
Right.
says me. As in,
Tell
I
him to
keep up
name.
with baseball.
Tell him to name you a current Tiger. You know who he gonna say? Sparky Anderson. Get out of here, man.
I'm not getting in the middle of that argument. I'm not touching that. That's y'all.
Yeah, man. I told you, come to the dark side. It's the last day of the month. Just for one Saturday, come to the dark side.
Now, I do honestly keep up with the Tigers. Every game, I get an alert, see if they won or not. They lost last night to the Dodgers, so
Of
they're on
course.
the West Coast. They're on the West Coast swing. I wish I could have gone out there. I've never gone to Dodger Stadium. I was supposed to go there last year, but I had it wrong because the Dodgers were in town and we weren't at the Dodgers at the time. So I missed out on that one. Right now,
That's what I do. Every team they lose to, that's what I'm gonna start doing. They lost to the Twins. That's why I got the Twins on. The next show I had, whoever they lose, because they just got out of that. See, I forgot. They did just play the Dodgers. I forgot. I was going to wear the Dodgers. I said, nope, I'm going to wear the Twins. And they sorry, man. We need to do away with sports from this city because we appreciate it more. Yeah, we appreciate it more once it's gone.
We're going to sell every team and let them leave and go somewhere else?
Yes. We did it with the Shock. They became the Oklahoma, whatever they was. They started winning championships. They won championships here, but I'm just saying, start taking stuff away, man, for us to appreciate it.
Well, that's a whole different scenario and business model that wasn't quite working with the amount of people.
That's because I ain't sitting at the table.
Well, a lot of teams have had to do that. The Dallas team, they went from playing in American Center to playing at University of Texas Austin, in Arlington in a smaller stadium, and they started, because it's about profits at the end of the day. It's about profits. Let's see, the Yankees are Twins and Angels are the head in the American League and the National League. The Mets, Brewers, and Dodgers. The Mets have the best record at 15-6. Pretty much a turnaround for them so far. They are the talk of the league, and they just had they combined 5 pitchers, I think, yesterday on a no-hitter. So we want to congratulate them for that. The Mets are off to a good start to the season. Carmen Evans is joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Evans. Don't forget to click like, click share, and let everybody know that we are here. And don't forget to get the book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Go ahead, go to Amazon, and get the book, please. And make sure you get it on your Prime. It's still early in the day. If you order it now, you probably could have it by the end of the day. And you can read it, help you get yourself together, get your life together, and make a positive force for the future. All right. That was our foray into baseball. We're going to talk baseball a little bit more and more every other week like we do the other sports. Now that college basketball is done, we want to make sure we spread the love to all the sports and just build our repertoire for what we do talk about. Moving on to the NFL. Am I in the right spot? Yes, we are talking about the NFL now. NFL, the draft was started on Thursday, and in fine fashion, our Detroit Lions picked the hometown boy, Mr. Aiden Hutchinson, and I am greatly disappointed in that pick. I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, you're a state guy, you're hating on the Michigan man. I am not. The kid is good. No, Aiden Hutchinson is good, but he's not number 2 good.
No, he's not.
To me, he's more of a 25. He's a 25, 26, 27 pick. He's a first rounder, but not number 2. He should be more like 25, 26, 27. He's not a transformation. He's okay. Well, you think are we not far off now? Because 25 ain't close. Ain't far to 33.
Again, man. 32 teams. This week at work, I'm in training, so he was like, "Okay, we're gonna have a mock draft. I'm gonna show you what the dark side gets you. This is what we had. This is Thursday morning. I only got the one wrong pick. I was praying that this pick was wrong. I got the first. He said pick the first 6. This is the first I got. The only pick I missed was 5. This is what, when you come to the dark side, this is what happens. You get
Now
good stuff.
go ahead and tell everybody what you so we can go there.
Okay. Now, my thing is this draft right here, even though they're not done, it's SOL, same alliance. You pick the hometown favorite to escape the potential. At the end of the day, we both can agree you're drafting the best suitable prospect. Mm-hmm. Why would you draft him when the person he lost to went first? You should have drafted him. You should have got on the phone and made a deal with Jacksonville. Because at the end of the day, if you notice, all the highlights they showed was what? Him against Ohio State, him against the 2 little times against Michigan State, him against Wisconsin, him against Washington. Why we didn't get no Georgia clips? Mm-hmm. I'll remember you from your last game. Your last game, you did nothing. So why would you go pick the guy that defeated the guy that you wanted? You should have got the guy that defeated the guy you wanted. Same old Lions. Then, to top it off, you trade up to get, and I pray to God he does make a full recovery with that's damaged goods, man. We did that already. We did that when we drafted the kid out of Oklahoma, the wide receiver. Why are you doing it? It's same old Lions. Okay. Then,
now really quickly, okay. Seriously, tell us who those first picks are, because right now the first pick was Trayvon Walker.
Oh, and my picks were Trayvon Walker. Trayvon Walker went first. The second one I had Aiden Hutchinson. The third one I had Derek Stingley Jr. The fourth one I had Sauce Gardner. The fifth one I had Evan Neal, and the sixth one was, forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, Akeem Ikwono or whatever, the African kid, I believe. That's what I had. I only missed 5. The other 4, I was trying. Number 2, I was like, they're going to pick him, but I was praying. I was flip-flopping between 2 and 1. I thought we were going to get Trayvon Walker. That's who we should have got.
Okay, so Walker, Hutchinson, Stingley, Gardner, Thibodeau. I'm going to tell you who I wanted. Thibodeau. I think if Walker's going to be number 1, go ahead. Give me Thibodeau. Right. To me, Thibodeau would have been worth it.
In the defense of Dan Campbell said he didn't fit the scheme that they wanted to run. That's what I heard. That's why they didn't go for Kayvon Thibodeau. He wasn't fitting what they were looking to go. Look, don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm just telling you this is what I heard.
I agree.
Which brings me to my next point. If Dan Campbell ain't the future, why would you even care what he say? That's my point. Same old Lions.
In their eyes, he's the future. He's
man.
But in the Lions' eyes,
for what? Commentating? What, for commentating?
Well, we're gonna find out a whole lot more when they do this Hard Knocks, because Hard Knocks is those are on Hard Knocks here, and I've never really watched Hard Knocks.
That's all for fan flair, man. That's all. They were 3-13-1. This is the 4th year in a row we finished last in the division. Add 2 more games to that. So now they 5-11-1. If they even tie. They're not going to, if you knowing this guy's not the future and you're knowing the quarterback. I forget his name. He's not the future. What are you doing? Are we going to rebuild again? Because whoever becomes the new coach, he's going to have his own style.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm looking like you picked him because he went to Michigan. You picked him. We do the same thing in basketball. Remember when Joe D was at the helm and we picked my team? How'd that work out? Yep. My team, we ended up trading my team to the Kings. He didn't even have a spot on the bench. He was sitting on the floor. Stop doing that, man. Let these kids go somewhere else. If you know it's not your future. Like when we picked Sue, we thought that was going to be the future. Because Dominique Sue was an impact player. He did when he came, hands down. Soon as he started messing up off the field, it became a problem. Oh, we got to get this guy out of here. Why? He playing football. We don't pay him. We don't pay them to keep up with his off the field stuff. That's the problem. Get out of that regime.
Mm-hmm. And he's still in the league. Won a trophy.
Still in the league with 2 rings.
He's still one of the best defensive tackles in the league, well into his 30s.
with 2 rings.
well into his 30s.
Absolutely.
So the Lions, in my opinion, they never should have let him get away. But hey, that's a conversation for another day.
He didn't
Now,
want to
let's go
be
to the Lions.
here.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. Had they paid him the right amount, had they come to him instead of letting, that's another long conversation. He stayed a lot longer than what he did.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. The draft pick: Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, the guy you referred to with the injury, John Pascal, another defensive end, and Kirby Joseph, a defensive back. Of the 6 we've had so far, 1 wide receiver and 3 defensive guys. Jameson Williams, I am a little worried about because he's the kid who hurt his knee in the championship game, but he was killing Georgia before he got hurt. But the first thing I said when I saw him out there is I said he has 2 big legs. His legs are way too small, and for the pressure and that they use that they put on themselves to play so much, I can see where that injury happened. He is major fast, and I know they were trying to do what Cincinnati did with getting the same receiver, the same type of receiver, so he can stretch the field. I get it, but the kid, I'm praying that he comes off the injury as good as he was before. But I know that he's still basically 19 years old, very very young, but he's just he's like timber. His legs are like timber. You can easily scratch it; it's gonna catch on fire because that's how thin he is. He is bone, but is he fast? Yes. He got great hands, great routes. Yes. How is he going to come back from the injury? That's my worry. Hopefully they can make something happen with that. What I want to discuss really quickly is the draft outfits. I was trying to get together so we can put polls up. Who was the best dressed at the draft? They got some of those young men. They had on the red stripe across. I think it was the 3rd pick. He had his uniform. I mean, not his uniform, but his suit had the red stripe coming across to honor his country. So, excuse me, I'm gonna put some pictures up so we can make a poll on who was the best dressed. Bush, Andrew Crawford, and James Gibson. Thank you for joining us this morning as we're talking about the NFL draft and the Lions and how they're doing business, and we're starting to get a bigger, complete picture as to what their long-term plans are for the team and how they're building defensively and not so much offensively. You never know what's going to happen over the next couple of days. They still have a few picks left, but on Monday we introduce everybody. It'll be we'll see what's going on. I am going to that saying. I hate to say this. This might be my last year as a Lions fan. Just might.
You should have already been. You should have been turned them papers in.
It's the Lions. I'm in an abusive relationship with the Lions. It's like having a girlfriend who just cheat on you and you come on back, baby. I love you. Come on back. That's me in the Lions. They cheat on me every year on not doing as best they could and bringing in people who try to win and want to win. They put lip service to it. They put lipstick on the pig, and I get excited. Whoa! I got the season started again. This very well might be my last year as a Lions fan. I'm going to, if I don't see some improvement, or
this might be your last year.
Yeah.
So this girl done cheated on you. This girl done cheated on you, had a baby on you, everything else. The Lord will see us through, huh? And this too shall pass. Man, if you don't go on somewhere, man.
See, my question is, who am I gonna cheer for? What's the next thing? I'm not cheering for the Cowboys. Who am I gonna cheer for next? I gotta
go neutral. That's what you do. Go neutral. You ain't got nothing to worry about then. Whoever wins, wins. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will wear the colors. I wear the jackets because they match some of the outfits I wear. Okay, you know, ask your boy. I would never go down there ever, dude. I stopped going down there. I told you the story before when they booed Joey Harrington in practice. I was like, that's it. I will never come back down here ever again. Never been down there since.
I had season
Martha
tickets
can
back on
call
Jordan.
me. Sheila Forham can call me. All of them. I'm not coming down. Come down there for what? The only way they might get me down there, real talk, all jokes aside, the only way they might get me to come back down there is if that big boy is still in there. Other than that, go down there for what?
The Elias brothers?
Same thing. Elias brothers, big boy. Yeah, they had a big boy in there. And I used to go. That's what that time I got the super big boy cut in half, light lettuce, light sauce, fried. Yeah, that's the only way they might get me to come back down there if that big boy's still in there. Other than that, I mean, I go in there and get the big boy and go back out the door. I want to stay for the game. Are
That's
you
funny.
insane?
Reason why I'm laughing because I got a coworker. When I come, like once a couple of the big boy, he gives me the money and I bring it back.
That's the ultimate. Hey, that's the ultimate Big Mac.
That's all
I smashed the Big Mac.
Yeah. It's a better Big Mac. I agree. I agree. James Gibson, thanks for joining us. If I didn't say your name earlier, thank you for joining us. We are wrapping up our NFL talk. We are moving towards the NBA and the playoffs. We are into the second round. The first round in the Eastern Conference, we got Miami over Atlanta 4-1, Boston over Cleveland 4-0. We got Milwaukee over Chicago, Philadelphia over Toronto 4-2. I'm not clapping because Boston beat Brooklyn. I'm clapping because they beat them down. They got a beat down. That's what they got. Miami and Atlanta was a good series. Miami looks hungry. It looks. Excuse me. They seem like that fight and then emboldened them a little bit more. They playing a little bit strong together. Ice Trey looked useless in that series. He looked totally useless. He seemed so dumbfounded and his face was so frustrated in those games.
I mean, you sound like you shocked. You do.
Not
All you do
shocked.
is shoot.
I'm not
shocked.
Is shoot.
Last year, okay, so it makes you see that. Okay, last year, look at last year's teams to this year's team. Atlanta was the only one that really duplicated going back. You know what I'm saying? As far as the teams that we all quoted unquote saying that shouldn't have been there. At the end of the day, New York didn't make it. So that was like a fluke season. This Atlanta season, I mean, they went to the conference finals last year. You got ousted the first round. At the end of the day, man, all this stuff is just, like I say, just to touch on the Brooklyn series. The Brooklyn and Celtics series. Because that's what you said first. When I think about that whole situation, I think about the story about the lady driving down the road, and there was a snake in the road. And she picked the snake up, and she took the snake home. And she nursed the snake back to health. On the day of releasing the snake, after she nursed it back to health, the snake bit her. She said, "Dang, you gonna bite me after I nursed you back to health?" The snake said, "You knew I was a snake when you picked me up." That's what Kyrie is. Kyrie is a snake because they wasn't even going to Brooklyn. They were going to New York. They sat up here and brought you. They sat up here and followed you to Brooklyn. You messed up their careers. Well, I'm not gonna say career because it's not over, but they're in their primes. What I'm saying is, he could have been in New York. James Harden could have been in New York. Kyrie just, man, that's why I'm like, that's what he get. That's what he get. Because now you looking real. Ever since you left LeBron, you ain't won nothing. Ever since you left Clay, now you ain't won nothing.
For KD. Now, my thing with Kyrie is this. I think that Boston was like, we're going to play with another chip on our shoulder because when Kyrie was here, he was a bad teammate. And Tatum and number 7, was it Brown? Those boys, they went to work. They went to work just because, it was a little extra incentive. You were here. You've been with us. You sat out. It's a lot of the same stuff he was doing in Brooklyn. And they came fired up and was like, okay, we can come after you. That's exactly what they did. So I'm very happy for Boston. Their coach, Mr. Love Jones, who's married to or dating Nia Long. He got them playing very, very well right now. And going on to the next series, which we're going to discuss in a few. But we got Milwaukee and Chicago, and Philly and Toronto. Jumped all over Chicago, and Chicago had a good season. They really did.
Yeah, but they did. They actually did.
Their playoff. They got exposed in the playoffs. In the playoffs are about matchups, and they did match up very well with Milwaukee. I don't think there's anybody out there that does match up very well with Milwaukee. They're gonna have a tougher time in this next series that they could actually lose. But this Boston, but Milwaukee is about all over the court.
No, they got the Heat.
They got the Heat, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Boston, Milwaukee, and what's the name play? Milwaukee and the Heat.
It's Miami, Philly. It's Miami, Philly. 1-4, Miami, Philly.
Miami, Philly, and Boston and the Heat.
Yep, Philadelphia, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee. Yeah.
Because what's the name now? They don't know when he coming back. Right. They don't know when the two guard comes back. They don't know when you say who?
Joel Embiid is done. He has a broke eye. His eyes. He has
orbital. That's Glenn Rivers' fault. Glenn Rivers' fault. You're up 20-something. You're up 20-something. You up 20-something points in the game. Why is he even in the game? That's Glenn's fault. I'm not even gonna call him Doc Rivers. I'm gonna call him his government name. It's Glenn Rivers' fault. Shouldn't even been in the game.
Yeah, bad coaching. He's done for the rest of the playoffs. Unless he go and put on the mask.
Not to piggyback off of something Jalen Rose said. If you would have took care of business, this incident doesn't even happen. You went back home and lost by 25. You would have closed out that. We ain't even talking about this. Once again, that's Glenn Rivers. Oh, that's Glenn Rivers.
Yeah. Yep. We in the West, Phoenix, New Orleans. It's 4-2 New Orleans. A good fight. New Orleans look good for a couple games. Yeah. Willie Green had his boys playing really well, and so I was glad to see that. New Orleans, it was kind of down for a minute. It looked like New Orleans really could have beat them, but the playoff experience what got the state through. I'm sorry, I'm not going to state, but Phoenix. The experience of Phoenix got them through New Orleans. Memphis, Minnesota, 4-2. Golden State over Denver, 4-1. Dallas over Utah, 4-2. The Memphis and Minnesota. Ja Morant are still out there playing his butt off. That dunk of the year really should have been a charge, but it looked so good they forgot to make the call. We got Denver closing out. Golden State closing out Denver. Which I was talking about. Their experience got them out of that series really good. And Jordan Poole, and I can't think of the other guy who's playing exceptionally well for Golden State right now. With Steph coming off the bench, he it's working for him, but I don't think he's going to be playing coming off the bench too much more in the future. Going to the next round, we got Philly, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, Phoenix, Dallas, and Memphis and Golden State. Right now, let's see here. Who we liking so far in this Philly-Miami situation?
Miami at 5 because no Embiid.
Miami at 5, okay.
They get one. They'll get one, but that's about it. I don't have my opinion
because in the last series we both picked Brooklyn over Boston, and we both missed that one. And we also said Utah over Dallas because what's the name wasn't playing, and Dallas won that one too. But that's all right. So I'm gonna try to remember who we said to win it. Philly over Miami, because I'm gonna put the polls up. I'll have polls up sometime today. Philly. So who we thinking? Miami over Philly?
Yeah, man, 5.
Saying 5. Okay. Now this to me is going to be the toughest series. Boston, Milwaukee. I think this one might go 7.
Right.
Because you got Boston, who's playing at a high level now, who's still very highly motivated. You got the champs in Milwaukee, who really have not missed a beat. They just kind of laid in the weeds a little bit through the season. They didn't push themselves. They said, okay, we're going to reserve our energy towards the end. But they did. They played very well throughout the season, and I think this one's going to go 7. I don't quite have a guess just yet, because every time I guess the team I pick, the other one lose. So I'm going to reserve. Here's my guess: a team in green is going to win. A team in green is going to win.
That would be Milwaukee, right?
No, Boston and Milwaukee both wear green, so team in green is going to win.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And we got Phoenix and Dallas. I'm gonna have to go with Phoenix on this one.
Yeah, Phoenix in 6.
Yeah, Phoenix is looking good. CP3, he playing like he's 25. The boy, almost 47. No, he's not that old, but he playing like he's 25, and he boy well until his 30s, and he's out there. Them young boys is mad, wondering what they want to get him tested for steroids. He out there beating up on the bed. And we got Memphis and Golden State. I think this is as far as Memphis is going to go. Memphis is an upstart team. They got some good talent on it. John Morant, he's a part of the team. He's not the team. He gets all the highlights, but the team that he has around him are very, very good. And I do like that squad. I like them a lot. I'm not gonna lie. With them old school, new school uniforms, with the piping, the way they do the piping on those jerseys, and I like Memphis as a team. I still say that John Morant should be the MVP of the league, even though probably Embiid's going to get it this year. Jokovic didn't quite have the season this year that he had last year. But who you like, sir?
Golden State. Golden State in 6.
I think so, just because of the experience.
Just because we're gonna see, right? We waiting for that next matchup with Phoenix and Golden State. That's what everybody want to see. So,
now, I think Memphis is a better team than Golden State right now. That's my opinion. I think that Memphis is a better team right now. But when you got that kind of experience with Day, Clay, and Steph, and Memphis don't have much playoff experience at all. So when you have to, when you really got to look at going down and playing that situational basketball, it's a lot you've been there before. So that's my reason for picking Golden State. I really like Memphis a little bit better at this juncture in that, but I think Golden State's going to go ahead and take that. Let's see here. We got let's see. We want to thank you for coming out once again. Click like, click share. We got Marquel Hinton, Darren Williams, Eunice Hunter, and Tammy Williams joining us this morning. Make sure you click like, click share. Tell them to come in and please come on and let everybody know we out there. Make sure you get the book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day. Mr. Marcus Home with all these letters, PHR, SHRM, -CP. I don't know what it means, but whatever it means, he earned it. He paid the cost to be the boss to get them letters. And Mr. HR, this is what he wrote. And this is him right here, Mr. Marcus Home. And just celebrated the birthday. And I asked him how he felt. He said he felt pretty good, pretty strong, pretty happy to be making another year through. We are a little early, but we're going to make it round in the corner. We're going to take a pause for the calls real quick as we get to the Stupid Sports News. All right. As we move towards the last segment of the day, we got Stupid Sports News. The first one is the NCAA president is stepping down. That reason why I say it's Stupid Sports News is why. They don't just go away. Say, oh, I've done it 20 years ago, off to pastures. When Goodell left and when any of the other commission, the other league, he's basically the commissioner of the NCAA, even though he's the president because it's the college. Why do you think that they are leaving? That's my. He's still going to stay on while they replacement. It's not like they already have a for him. Always go back. What's going on in college sports that's that will possibly push him out? So we got NIL. That's really something that's been going on. You got a lot of complaints about this NIL from the coaches. Transfer portal, and more sexual abuse scandals keep coming out. A lot of them came out on his watch.
Right.
So are those that's what's really going on behind closed that they're not really happy about? I know
absolutely
the NIL is in the transfer portal. I think the coaches complain more about that transfer portal than anything else.
Right.
I know that to take advantage of it.
I saw that because they interviewed the coach from Kansas. What's his name? The head coach from Kansas. I forget his name. What is the guy's name? The basketball coach for KU. Bill Self. Bill Self says, quoted, "I don't like the transfer portal. You don't like the transfer portal. If you don't get Remy Martin, you don't have a national championship because that's where you got him from, the transfer portal. He transferred from Arizona State. Like, you're not making sense right now, sir. That didn't make. But I guess he like, well, I got the chip, so it don't matter. But it didn't make sense to me.
To me, what I keep hearing over and over again is the fact that they don't want them to. Once they make a commitment to, they're used to this. A kid making a commitment and being with them for 4 years. That to me is control part of it. Right. That's and I think it's from knowing everybody I knew that played sports in college, even when I was in state or wherever. I heard all the time. Man, I want to go, but if I go, they're not going to release me. If they release me, they're not going to let me to the school I want to go to.
Oh,
so I might as well stay. So, and who was it? The kid that wanted to leave Kentucky not too long ago that came out of Renaissance wanted to come back and play for Izzo. Kentucky wouldn't release him. That's when Sampson was there. He didn't want to release that kid. So it's basically they're losing the. But to me, if you look at my man Tucker, he's embracing it. You don't want to be here? We love you. You're out there. And I'm also going to use it to bring people in who I'm going to need to win. Because at the end of the day, it's about winning. And he's using it hand in hand with the NIL. In terms of the owners that are willing to pony up the money for the kids that come there. To me, it's just they're doing it legally now. For many, many years, it was always those $100 handshakes after the game. As they leaving out, they picking up their meal, and in the box lunch is money. Or when you go back to your dorm, it's an envelope that's been slid up on your dorm, with your name on it.
Absolutely.
And
I'm taking
so, or you walk in a room and it's where did that money come from? Coach get up and leave. So they know what was going on. But right now, it's legal. So to me, everything's going to change. As coaches making millions of dollars. These kids making a scholarship, made it so that they can work no more than 20 hours. They still don't have time to work. They're too busy. If you're on scholarship, your job is basically to play that sport.
Correct.
The NCAA says you can work so many hours. They're on their own all the time more than they are with the coaches.
Correct.
It's just that when they're in with the coaches, it's just structured for whatever they're trying to teach them. I myself, I like the fact that they have the opportunity. If it's not, go ahead and go somewhere. I can tell you, when Nick Saban was there, when he turned it around, they hated Saban. Most of those guys on the team hated Saban. They called him Satan. They hated him, but he won. His work, and he's doing the same thing down in Alabama now. I'm pretty sure they respect him. But you ain't got to like him. You there to win.
You're there to win, absolutely.
So the fact that and it's not he don't like the transfer portal. He don't like the NIL. He's actually spoke probably more on the NIL than he's the transfer portal. So when you're used to getting all those top level athletes year in, year out, of course you got 3 5-star players that want to play defensive end. More than one, you're not more than 1 or 2. You're not gonna get on the field. So you got 3 5-stars, basically 12 freshmen, sophomore, senior. How many gonna get on the field?
Right.
Someone want an opportunity to go somewhere else, and it's working. Not like the fact that they get that opportunity, but they do. You get one time to go, and that's it. Some I've been moving a couple times, but give them that chance to do it. Let's see here, Trevor Bauer. You know who man is?
The pitcher from the Dodgers.
Yes, pitcher from the Dodgers. He's just been suspended for two whole years for domestic violence. Domestic violence situation, and basically they said he was actually cleared of all the charges. And for whatever happened in, the ex-girlfriend said that they had a sexual that went way too far. A couple of different times she went to the police. He was cleared, but Major League Baseball came in with their clause, I forget what they call the clause, a morality clause, and they said, hey, we're gonna sit you down for 2 years. So, but he's in the act of appealing it. Do you think that was even necessary to give him that, or was it necessary in today's climate to make sure that they do due diligence?
They're probably using him to make an example, right? Because he still get paid, right?
Yeah.
See?
No.
But then this is the thing, huh?
Now when you're out,
paid, right? Oh, he don't get paid.
No.
Wow. See, that's man. I think they probably use him to, this is going to be what we hold the bar to. So if you do like him, you're going to you're going to get the same punishment. It's sad that it happened, because if you say he was cleared of the charges, it's sad that it happened. Because he was cleared of the charges, right? But then you're gonna take him. He can't feed his family for 2 years. That's 2 whole full seasons. That's right. So you think he's gonna stay in shape in 2 years? Right. Who's to say he come back after the 2 years? Who's to say the Dodgers release him? Then what?
I don't know the terms of that contract, but his contract is more than 2 years. It would be in his best interest to continue to work out and keep himself together over those 2 years. But I don't think he's actually going to be those 2 years. That appeal at some point, that appeal at some point is going to be reviewed. It might be season, something like that. My thought is that his league baseball is trying to be NBA, NFL. We have the situation with down in Cleveland. I was in Houston. They haven't done anything yet, but it will. At the point they're going to he's going to get he's going to get a suspension. Same thing, morality clause. He has not been. He won't be convicted about that at all. The DA said he's not going to go. They're not going to go to trial, but he has 30-something suits with these ladies.
Okay.
He's going to have to some point. He's going to have to some point sell out of court. hopefully. But if he go to court, he's going to do 30-some odd separate trials. And, you don't want to treat 30 times like that. So that's why they structure this contract. The contract has structure for him now where he doesn't make so much money this year, but over time, because that $250 million contract is guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Right.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. So the question is, how is he going to make the money over the time? That's why they set up like that in Cleveland. So I think that Major League Baseball is trying to kind of, if NFL is going to do something, NBA definitely does things when people get in trouble. In Major League Baseball, they don't want to seem like the outlier sports. Hockey had a situation not too long ago. Somebody got as well. So you whether or not it sticks is the question. The question is, are you look like you're doing something at all? Which I think the situation with this guy. And I know, and we think differently. Okay, they had a sexual encounter. There's evidence that it happened, but he was cleared. Do we want to? Major League Baseball? We're not trying to alienate half the people who watch us. So they want to try to do something. So we don't want to seem like back in the 1930s. It's okay. It's okay. Trevor had him on the back. They want to make sure it looks like they're at least doing something. It's going to go to arbitration, and it may not be 2 years. It may be games or something like that, but it'll be something. Well, it'll let's put it that way. And last topic of the day, we have another defender on Stupid Sports News, Mr. Ben Simmons. All in the first round.
I got him sitting right here.
He's chilling with you.
I got him sitting right here. Yeah, he's sitting right here next to him.
That's the point. They talk about. It's been many reports. He's supposed to sit this game. He's supposed to play in this game. He's been going this long, and at the end of the day, he's not playing. Everybody's wondering what's really going on with business. Is it mental? Is it physical? Is it both? And
let me tell you what. Well, let me tell you what's going on. Ben Simmons learned how to defraud the system, and he's gonna keep running with it until he has to play. Because at the end of the day, the back is the hardest thing to determine what's wrong, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we not doctors, but right. Okay. So first you said
a lot of people
no disrespect. Like, first of all, you said no disrespect. You said you was going through mental illness. Okay, that's no joking matter. We all know that's a serious topic. Now you're saying your back hurt. But according to my co-host, they say he was out here doing pickup games. So when did you hurt your back? Because when you're sitting on the sideline, you don't seem, when they show you on the camera, I don't see no discomfort then. You would have discomfort. So, I mean, he playing the part because you got to figure. Game four, right? He wasn't even there. So I guess he's saying, if I show up, right, he wasn't there, right? So I'm saying, I guess he looked at it like this. If I show up, then I'm not really making a stance on what's really wrong with me. But if I don't show up, then it really looked like, that's how I knew they had threw it in the towel when they put Blake Griffin in. I was like, it's over. You ain't played Blake Griffin all year. That's what I said. I said Steve Nash to quit. It's over.
Do you think Nash is going to be back next year?
It depends on who got to say it. What I mean by that is, if they go to Kyrie gonna say, man, I ain't got no problem with it. But do you trust this guy? If I was Durant, if I was Durant, no phone calls would be accepted from that guy. Period. I wouldn't block you. I just wouldn't answer the phone call. Well, what do we need to talk about? What can you possibly call me and tell me that's gonna make me say, and you're right? It was a collective argument. That's why you think James got out of there. You cried to get there.
Nash,
but that's what I'm saying. You cried to get there. You got there. You thought the grass was greener on the other side. Why do you think James got up?
I always thought that Nash was overseas when he got that job. Never had any coaching or head coaching experience coming to an NBA team. They figured they want to run that wide open offense that he used. The wide open offense got a lot of points, but no championships.
Right.
Steve Nash was a great player. He was great in Dallas. He was great in Phoenix. A lot of wins, not a lot of playoff wins. So winning begets winning. That's why I'm still, I never wanted the Lions to hire the guy they had. Nah, as a player and as a coach, he ain't won nothing. You got to put people in place who has a history of winning. Of course, you want to take a chance with some people, some guys, and get over the hump. But I don't. That's my issue with him. My issue is with Nash is that he didn't pay any dues. He never his name is in Hall of Fame as a player, but what has he done as a coach? Honestly, nothing. This is his second year there, and couple early exits again. I don't know. I don't think he's a solution at all. Any type of solution for them moving forward. Will he still be there? Probably.
Right, absolutely.
Just like right now, who's going to LA? Who wants to go to LA? It's probably the bigger question. Who wants to deal with that firestorm? They might as well make LeBron a player coach, if you ask me. Honestly, I'm serious when I say that. They probably should make LeBron a player coach, and just go from there, and just let that happen. Let it happen that way. All right. As we could get through this part of the show, we're getting towards the end. We want to thank you all once again for coming out. We had those joining us. We had Howard Holmes saying hello, making comments, and saying everybody. We also had, let me get a recap of the name who came in. We had Angie B. Johnson Williams, Robert Jenkins, Willie Rogers, Marcus, Carmen Evans, Carvin Windwood, and Alfred James. Let's see here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Markel Hinton, Darren Williams, Hunter, Tammy Williams, Carolyn Hamilton, Carolyn Bishop. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for clicking like, clicking share. Don't forget to get the book, Happiness, Gratefulness Journey Every Day, by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Our next show is May 14th, as the month of May starts tomorrow. We getting it'll probably, in my prediction, it'll probably be a rainy month of May for the state of Michigan, seeing is that it still snowed in April. Normally April showers bring May flowers, so it'll be May rain this year for the state of Michigan. Thank you. We are so ever grateful for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Felix, for joining me again and having a great show. We shall see you all in 2 weeks. Be safe and tell somebody you love them today. If you ain't talked to somebody in a while, call over and say, hey, we love you. Have a great day.
Man, revoke your card, man.